So basically in this diagram we're given activity 1 DNA. So the diagram on the next page shows part of DNA molecules, okay? And then it says label parts 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so the first question says you should label 1, 2 and 3. So the diagram, the number 1 in the diagram represents what? So number 1 in the diagram, it represents a nucleotide. Basically we know that the double helix molecule, DNA molecule, has what? It's a double helix structure, which means they are what? There's a phosphate group, there's a sugar group, and also there's a nucleotide, right? So these nucleotides, they are complementary to each other, which means that there's they always goes in pairs. There's a nucleotides. Basically we have 4 nucleotides. We have adenine, cytosine, guanine and thymine, basically, right? So adenine goes with thymine, guanine goes with cytosine, right? So these are base pairs basically, and these are called nucleotides, right? So basically what they are doing is that they are the building blocks, which means they are in the more building blocks of nucleic acids. Okay, so let me just emphasize on that. So many questions would say write me give us the monomers of the building blocks of matter, give us the monomers of DNA, right? So basically you should know that monomers are the what? Are the building blocks, and the building blocks of DNA, they are nucleotides, right? So in this case we're given what? We're given to label number 1. So number 1 in my case I would say what? So number 1 is adenine. Okay, so number 1 is adenine. Number 2, which in the diagram, number 2 in the diagram refers to a what? Because number 1, the round one, is a what? It's a phosphate group. So, and then number 2, it's a what? It's a deoxyribose sugar. So number 2, it's a deoxyribose sugar. And then number what? Number 3, it says which okay, what does number 3 represent in the diagram? Number 3 represents what? It represents the hydrogen bonds that are bonding these two nucleotides. So basically what keeps all these bonds together without being being displaced or being dispersed is that they are held together by hydrogen bonds, right? So also what you need to know is that when you go deeper into the content is that each nucleotide has specific number of hydrogen bonds that are linking these nucleotides, right? For example, adenine and thymine have what? They have 2 hydrogen bonds that are bonding the two molecules, right? Making them to be what? To be pairing, to be pairing also to form a structure, right? And then goes for your guanine and cytosine. They have what? They have 3 hydrogen bonds that are keeping them together, right? So for the label on number 3, would say that these are what? These are hydrogen bonds. All right, so let's move on to our next question. So our next question says, give the number of nucleotides shown in the diagram. Okay, so the number of nucleotides, as I've said in the previous example, that nucleotides are base pairs, they're always going in pairs, right? So for you to be able to give them a number of them, all you need to do is just to count how many nucleotides are there, and then you just can count the number of them, gonna double the number basically. So, or maybe we'd say that you count how many deoxyribose sugars are there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are five there are five, right, deoxyribose sugars, right? So it means that to each and every ribose sugar there are what there is, and there are nucleotides, right? And you know that nucleotides are what? They are base pairs. They are base pairs that are what, pairing together, held on together by what? By the hydrogen bonds. So in that case, how many will there be? So which means that if there are five deoxyribose sugars, then that means that there are what? There are there are five base pairs, which means there are five nucleotides that are shown in the diagram below. Okay, so let's write that down. So given the number of nucleotides shown in diagram, okay, give the number of nucleotides. So there are what? There are 10 nucleotides. So number 3. So question number 3 says, name 2 places in an animal cell where this nucleic acid can be found. Right. So apart from what I've told you before, that a nucleic acid is found in the nucleus, there are multiple places that a nucleic acid is found. Right. So basically, it is found in the nucleus first of all, where it's situated in the nucleus, in the nucleolus, and yeah, we know that in the nucleus there's free floating nucleotide and all that, right? So that's the first place you found the DNA. It's in the nucleus. The second place you found the DNA is where you find the DNA in the mitochondria of the human body, right? So we know that the mitochondria is where the energy ATP is being created, right? So so basically what happens is that for us to be able to trace back our ancestry, because what happens is that when what's the process called now? So basically what happens is that the energy that you have is the energy, or the mitochondrial energy that each and every person has, the mitochondrial energy that they've been given from birth, from their mother's side, because each and every time when a sperm gets into an egg cell, the mitochondrial cell that propels the sperm cell to the egg cell, only the heads gets in, which means only the nucleus gets inside the egg cell, right? So the energy that is functioning, that is used to metabolize the organic compounds and metabolize the nutrients inside the baby or anything of that sort, is the energy coming from coming from the mother. So basically, 2 places there where the nucleic acid, which is DNA, is found. It's in the nucleus and also in the mitochondria. Okay, so when next time when someone tells you where do you get your energy, just tell them that you get your energy from from your female ancestry, not from your fathers. We as men, we don't give out energy, we only produce. Yeah, so it's from where? The nucleus first of all. The nucleus. B, it's found where? In the mitochondria. All right. So yeah guys, I'll try to explain this much further to you, because all I'm aiming to do now is to enable you to understand the topics into much more simpler concepts, because when time comes when you have to write exams, it's December, I know grade 12 might be frustrating. You need to be able to comprehend this content in a much more easily, or much more what can I say, predictable manner, or whatsoever way that you can be able to easily recall the information that I'm issuing you guys, you see. So hence I'm doing a step-by-step tutorial where you can see how I answer the questions relating to what the question entails, you understand. So let's move on to our next question, number 4. So what is the natural shape of this molecule? So the natural shape of DNA is what? It's a double helix structure. It's a double helix structure that when that it's a double helix structure that is called around the what? Around the protein histone. Okay, so let's write that down. It's what? It's double helix structure around the histone. Okay, so let's do the last question. Let's do number 5, which is the last question. So what the last question says, it says draw a nucleotide with the nitrogenous base Adenine. Draw a nucleotide with the nitrogenous base Adenine. So basically what I'm gonna do is that I'm just gonna draw the whole entire structure. So to draw the nucleotide, so firstly we're gonna draw what? We're gonna draw the phosphate group. So we're just gonna write P. Just gonna copy how it's written there, how it's drawn there. So this is a what? This is a deoxyribose sugar. What am I doing? Ish. All right. So 9. So these are the what? Just gonna represent these dotted lines as the what? Is the hydrogen bonds. All right. So this is how it's gonna look. All right. So this is the sugar, and then this is what? These are our monomers. This is our nucleotide. This is Adenine, and this is what? This is Thymine. All right. So this is another deoxyribose sugar. So basically that is our short lesson for today. So basically if you have any questions regarding the content of this video, you can just go down in the comments below and comment, guys, if you have any questions or anything of that sort. If you like my video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you say that you are a student that is doing maths and science and are either touching Xhosa or English, because what we do is that we do Xhosa and English tutorials in this type of videos. So yeah, guys, if you like, please subscribe and like the channel for more algorithm. So thank you very much, and also have a blessed one.